Ah, okay. Kò ilé ò ní screen. Ẹ bá mi fi prompter yẹn sí. Screen ló wà níbẹ̀. Okay, ẹ ṣé. Yeah, mic check. Director kan lọmọ Presido. The professional president. The professional president. Mò ń gbọ́ ẹ jàre. Kò sí wàhálà. Orúkọ tó wà ní generic bar yẹn, òun náà ni. Ti corporate golf yẹn sẹ́, ó wà ní bar already. Wàá kọ̀ọ̀kan win àwọn ló represent Nigeria.
TVC Sport Desk.
Charles Leclerc set the pace in the first practice session of the Monaco Grand Prix in Formula One, despite consistently complaining about the behavior of his Ferrari car. Hello, folks. It is the last edition of TVC Sports Desk for the week. I'm Samson Olede. Coming up on the show this evening. Rain causes slight delay in athletics event at the main arena of the MKO Abiola Stadium as the National Sports Festival heats up. In the world of football, dramatic race for the Scudetto enters final day as defending champions Inter Milan and Napoli are separated by single points. And in the world of basketball, NBA's most valuable player Shai Gilgeous-Alexander erupts for 38 points as Oklahoma City Thunder defeats the Minnesota Timberwolves to open a 2-0 lead in the Western Conference Finals. These and much more make up the show this evening.
TVC Sport Desk.
Thanks for joining us for the last installment of the show for the week. Let's begin from home. That's where charity is often said to begin, and it's all about the National Sports Festival, the biggest sports competition and stage in the country. And Ogun State has definitely been lit up by thousands of athletes who are showcasing their talents and ensuring that Nigeria gets its next set of superstars across multiple sports. The latest from the MK Abiola Stadium precisely is that rain caused a slight delay in athletics at the main arena of the stadium. It is the start of the track and field event of the National Sports Festival, Gateway Games 2024 as it's known, in Abeokuta, and the first day of athletics began with a promise of first medals in walking race. But the rain had other plans as it came down heavily immediately after the walking race. Now, this forced officials to suspend the next set of events on the track due to safety concerns. We know quite well that the rains have since subsided, and we've had few races when it comes to the track and field events from right there, talking about the very best of Sports Festival right there. Senior correspondent Solomon Ajuziogu is live in Abeokuta at the venue of the games and joins the show right about now. Solomon, good evening. It's good to have you on the show. Solomon, good evening. It's good to have you on the show. Okay, it is what it is. It's a live situation, and sometimes the network can be friendly at this point in time. We'll try to reestablish connection with Solomon Ajuziogu to get the very best of updates from the National Sports Festival. The track and field events, athletics as is known, has kicked off today, and athletes are definitely thriving at this point in time after the rain delay early on. We know quite well that we've had finalists emerge as well in the 4x400 meters relay. We'll be getting those updates and more on the show in just a moment. We'll take a breather right about now. When we return, we'll have more for you.
Times for Nigeria, winning gold in the mixed team in 2007 Algiers. Gold also in 2011 in Maputo, the Africa Games. 3 straight gold also in 2019 in Rabat, Morocco, in the mixed doubles. Team Plateau look to be going down at this point. Ajuziogu bringing the experience from 2007, 2011, 2019 up to this point. They need one more point to nick this. Can they get it? And they win the game. Team Taraba victorious. What a topsy-turvy counter. Ajuziogu and Jinkan have done this one right here in Ogun State. The Gateway Games, Ogun 2024 National Sports Festival has come to pass. And what a pain for these two young guys. A great experience, but not the way they wanted it to end. A fairy tale.
TVC Sport Desk.
The very best of highlights right there from the National Sports Festival, from boxing to badminton, you name it. The festival is indeed heating up. Remember, we have our senior correspondent, Solomon Ajuziogu, right there in Abeokuta. We'll be reestablishing connections with him as soon as we can so that we can get live updates, especially at this point in time where it's all about the events, talking about athletics. We know quite well that there's been a rain delay, and as a result of the rain, it has also disrupted network signals and what have you. But the latest updates from the National Sports Festival is the record holder, Fadekemi Olude Erinle of Edo State, has won the first gold medal in track and field at the Games in Abeokuta. Returning to the festival and athletics circuit, after leaving to have a baby, Fadekemi won the gold medal in the 10-kilometer walking race for women. Now, the walking race was the first event of the athletics event before the rain emerged. You had Joy Davis of Oyo State coming in second with 56 minutes, 47.06 seconds to win silver, while Nanlop Danladi Shaglag of Plateau State came in third position. For the men, you had Benga Fatoyibo of adding another gold medal to Ogun State's collection by emerging champion in the race, and you also have others. And just to give you quickly what it is in terms of the qualified teams or qualified states for the 4x400 mixed relays finals: Edo State, Osun State, Lagos State, Akwa Ibom State, Osun State, Ondo, Bayelsa, as well as Delta have all qualified for the 4x400 meters relay when it comes to the final. It will be intriguing to see which of these states emerge champions in terms of winning the gold medal from the 4x400 meters final. Solomon Ajuziogu is on the show right now. Solomon, good evening. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, Samson. It's a beautiful day here at the main arena of the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta, where the track and field event is underway. It's the first day of track and field, and you know that this is a showpiece of the sports festival and any Olympic Games, any multi-sport events like this. The track and field is what everybody waits for, even though swimming has been on the rise since the games started earlier in the week. Track and field, Fadekemi Olude Erinle, where we used to know her as famous Fadekemi Olude, but now she has added Erinle to it after she got married. And after going off the circuit for, to give birth to a baby, she returned to win the walking race. Usually, she is the record holder in the festival for the 20-kilometer walking race. But this walking race in the Gateway Games is 10 kilometers, and she easily won it. Incidentally, Olude Fadekemi used to compete in Ogun State, trained in Ogun State, brought up in Ogun State, but she is competing for Edo State. And so that gold medal in the walking race has gone to Edo State, courtesy of Fadekemi Olude Erinle, who won that gold, the first gold medal in track and field today. For the men, we have Ogun State. The medal haul for Ogun State is increasing. Benga Patoyibo won the gold medal there. And of course, you know what comes with that. A lot of Naira ring for him for winning that gold medal for Ogun State. So the Ogun State team doing creditably well so far. But let's see if they will keep it up on the track and field, where we expect Delta State, Lagos State, River State, maybe Bayelsa, and Edo State to come steaming up and steaming hot against them. So we also had the 4x400 meters relay, 4x400 meters mixed relay. That's 2 men, 2 women competing in each of the teams. And we had 2 heats here. And in the 2 heats, 3 teams will qualify automatically. And then 2 best teams will join them to make up the 8 teams that will go to the final. And so in the final analysis in heat 1, we had Edo State, Ogun State, and Lagos State qualifying there in heat 1. And in heat 2, we have Akwa Ibom, Osun, and Ondo. It was unthinkable that the mixed relay team of Delta State and Bayelsa, as it were, especially Delta State, will qualify, will have to scrape through to qualify in the mixed relay. Of course, you know that the strongest point of the Delta team is in track and field. So, but they managed to qualify as the 2 best 4th place teams to join the other 6 that qualified automatically. That final will not be coming up today. We had series of races as well in para sports. We had partially visually impaired athletes run. We had people with limb problems here and there. And we had the wheelchair athletes also run for para. That's the way it is going now at the track and field event. The afternoon session, or you call it the evening session, is just about to start, and the athletes are getting ready for the event here today.
The rain did disrupt the morning session and some of the programs that would have held in the morning. But besides the para-athletics that is about to commence in terms of the races, what other events are we looking at for the afternoon session despite the rain delays?
Well, some of the other heats will continue. It's a mix of both the able and the para-athletes. So they will compete, and everybody will compete side by side. You first have the regular athletes run in all of their races. Then at some point midway, then you have the para-athletes also compete. So we are back here now in the evening, and the officials will reel out the events that they will be competing for late into the floodlights. I mean, if they are starting at this time, then they will be running right into the floodlights. The event will start exactly at 5 p.m. and we will be waiting for these events to start. There we will be having events like the 400 meters, the heats of them all, and some other heats as they start the 200 meters, the 100 meters. We will be having some of them here. Besides, outside the main arena, the field events, the throws, the javelin, the hammer, they are holding right outside the main arena here. Because even though this is an Olympic stadium, a small-sized Olympic stadium with full tartan tracks and a football pitch to boot, you cannot have throws here because it's a synthetic pitch. Well, this is one of the grades of synthetic pitches or artificial pitches we call the hybrid synthetic. And so you cannot have throws here, whether it's shot put on the pitch or javelin or hammer or any kind of throw there. But the jumps also will be taking place by the side of the field later on today.
Okay, finally, we know quite well that we're at the halfway mark. The game started last week Friday, and Nigerians are certainly expectant when it comes to the next big name to emerge on the national scene in terms of, getting to represent Nigeria on the global stage. I know you've been keeping tabs with multiple sports. What are the names that have really shone like a bright star in those sports that Nigerians can look forward to with the games set to close or end within the next 1 week?
Well, one name that came up was in shooting. Yesterday, I reported that almost a neophyte. I get he's just a neophyte representing Ogun State. Taiwo won the shooting. Now, and it was a beautiful win for him to win the gold medal in the men's individual rifle shooting event at the June 12 Cultural Center in Kuto here in Abeokuta. Fantastic for him. He had never held a gun before this tournament, but he was practicing. He did what you call dry training, dry practicing without the gun. It's amazing how you get to do that. And to win the gold medal in the shooting event, in the single individual rifle event for men, he defeated the national champion, Ajuziogu, who came second. He had to settle for the silver medal, and you could see the feeling, you could see that on his face. He was shocked, he was surprised. So Taiwo of Ogun State was so fantastic in that shooting. So that is one name to watch out for. A young man who had never held the shooting sports rifle before, and then he came into these games and he won. He won clean, square, pure. It was surprising. He didn't even look like anyone who had never held a shooting gun for sports before. He didn't look it. He was composed. He had all the composure. He was calm. He was unmoved. And he went on right there. He kept his focus and he kept shooting and gathering the points until after 24 rounds. In fact, they had done 20 rounds of shooting, and he was one of the 3 left. And everybody was looking because Ajuziogu was there. And people were probably expecting that Okoso will get this one because he's a veteran of shooting sports. But then it was Taiwo from Ogun State who took it with the highest point grossed in the shooting after 24 rounds, at the center there. So that is one person to look out for. But then talking about athletes to look out for generally, you know that there are invited junior athletes taking part in these games. And these invited junior athletes are not representing any state. They are representing the National Sport Commission. And the points earned here, the medals earned here, will go to the National Sports Commission. Now, this is a ground to train them. And so we'll be looking out for some of these junior athletes and what they perform, because this is the training ground for them. These are the things we're looking at. But then in swimming, of course, you've heard about now the now famous name of Omolola Tobiloba. That's the 15-year-old girl from Ogun State as well, who's beating even veterans like Dorcas Oka and Deborah Opochini, to the gold medal. She has won 2 gold medals previously, just yesterday. And then, and you can see. So that's a budding talent. Well, we will call her a budding talent now if she could beat, tested and trusted athletes in the swimming pool. So we have 2 names there, and then the junior athletes will look to see what they're performing. Don't forget, you have athletes from the making of champions who are representing different states as well. We'll be looking out for them. They are all teenagers, and we'll hope that they'll be able to prove their mettle, coached by some of the best athletes in the world. We'll see what they will do here at the Games.
Okay, we'll just definitely wish all of these budding athletes the very best in terms of, showcasing themselves at the biggest stage of sports in Nigeria. And we can only hope that from these particular games, we have the next set of superstars that will represent Nigeria across multiple sports on the global stage. Solomon Ajuziogu, senior correspondent, thanks so much for your time on the show this evening.